This is former ISIS leader Abu Bakr al-Baghdadi. During his literal reign of terror, he kept sex slaves that he serially raped, amongst many other atrocities. That came to an end on October 27, 2019, when, cornered by a US military raid, he detonated a suicide vest, killing himself and two of his children. Good riddance to an awful piece of human rubbish. So why then did I include this person in a humorous video about Andrew Tate? Although only the dead ISIS caliph is pictured, the subject of the video is Tate himself, who is currently charged with human trafficking and rape. Although comparing the severity of the crimes would be underselling how truly depraved ISIS are, there is a tangible point of similarity, being the ownership of women. This shows us we don't have to travel to a Wahhabist country to experience proper misogyny. The unfortunate truth is it exists to a degree everywhere, even if it isn't woven into the cultural fabric. Although it's not everyone's cup of tea, The Real Housewives of ISIS does a fantastic job of conveying what women experience in the caliphate in a far more palatable way than a documentary, in a female-centric comedy that is hard-hitting. Early in my life, one of the comedians I looked up to was Mel Brooks. This first movie of his I watched was To Be or Not to Be, about a Polish Jew escaping the Nazis. The butt of the joke in this movie was clearly Hitler, which Brooks clearly spelled out his reason for. With comedy, we can rob Hitler of his posthumous power. In an early scene, Brooks is performing Naughty Nazis on stage when bureaucrats storm in wanting to stop the performance as a form of appeasement to Germany. This would have mirrored the detractors, studios and naysayers Brooks would have had to fight to get his vision to the screen, and today would represent the Tik Tok mob who want to ban everything they don't like or understand. Another comedian that doesn't shy away from controversy is John Cleese. In this scene he invokes the likeness of Hitler, but for a different reason. Cleese plays Basil Fawlty, a very insensitive man who upsets his German guests by a long tirade of war references. The point was to show how insensitive his character was, and even goes as far to show one of his victims breaking down in tears, which elicits the sympathy of the viewer. If we were to ban Brooks and Cleese, that would be a virtue signal, as it would not address the real issue in society of fascists. That woman would be crying in the face of taunting from a real version of Basil Fawlty, and no banhammer could stop it. To sum up, I am not Mel Brooks nor John Cleese. Humour is in the ear of the beholder, and I would say that personal taste would go a long way toward you deciding what was funny or not. If you don't want to engage in comedy you find offensive, you shouldn't have to, and that's the great thing about TikTok and YouTube. You ultimately curate your own experience. The last question I want to leave you with is, am I a bad person for laughing at a sensitive subject? Only you can answer that, and as guidance, dear viewer, I would leave you with this. Virtues are developed through learning and through practice. As the ancient philosopher Aristotle suggested, a person can improve his or her character by practicing self-discipline, while a good character can be corrupted by repeating self-indulgence. Thank you.